Snailfish are great. Snailfish are amazing because they are not a deep sea fish. So they're the deepest fish in the world, but they're not a deep sea fish. The family is called Leparidae, and they are 300 species at least of snailfish. Most of them are very, very shallow. Some of them are even in estuaries, so that they're not what we'd consider a deep sea fish. But they've speciated into every corner of the globe, and they've overtaken all the deep sea fish. So these ones, as you see in the video, are 1,000 meters deeper than what you would normally think of as being a deep sea fish. So I love the fact that they're kind of small and goofy and fun and just not being very deep sea like, yet at the same time they're way more deep sea than most deep sea fish. Oh, you still get a real good buzz out of it, because the way in which the cameras work is you put them underwater for maybe 10 hours and we have no real-time communication, and it's always really satisfying with that moment where you see not just a fish, but you get a lot of fish in really good high-definition video. You realise you've really nailed it. It's great fun. I don't think there's any way in which we'd find a fish 1,000 meters deeper, or even maybe 100 meters deeper. We tell people from the very early ages, as young as 2 or 3, that the deep sea is a horrible, scary place that you shouldn't go, and that grows with you with time. And even if you watch the best documentaries in the world, they'll still tell you that the deep sea is this cold, dark, alien place full of monsters, and therefore we don't appreciate the fact that it is fundamentally most of planet Earth. And the resources should be put into understanding it and trying to work out how we're affecting it and how it works.
All right, shalom to the hopeful elect. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the God of heaven and earth, and of the 12 tribes of Israel, which consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners that scattered abroad. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations. As always, from Yah be to the hopeful elect. Habayah from Adabada, the house of David, the brothers laboring day in and day out, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure, helping seal the elect of the nation of Israel for the return of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai is at hand. And to the Akim and Akwaf that listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached, unto you I say shalom. Shalom be to the hopeful elect. This is the brother Sagalah, back another day, all through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I don't want about desire. This lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect, and I'm going to speak on today with this lesson, which won't be very long. I'm going to speak about how the Most High poses challenges. Now, upon watching a video like this, it seems pretty standard, regular, not much to it. But when you read throughout the scriptures, you see that the man of sin is constantly trying to show himself to be the Most High, or to be like the Most High on the earth. That's why the man of sin, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is known as the children of fools, base men, right? He's known and referred to as all of these things because he is the actual representation of Shaitan, the adversary, Satan on the earth, right? He's the deceiver. So all that he does is to lie and deceive. That's clearly shown, through his pseudoscience and his technology. That's how he's deceived the world, by the means of those miracles when you read in Revelation 13th chapter. So I'm going to jump right into it and show that the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, poses challenges. And that's found throughout the scriptures. And I'm going to show with a classic example here to start the lesson off. Here in the book of Jeremiah 31, starting at verse 35, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the end of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. Verse 36, If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord Yahweh, then the seed of Israel, Yasha'Allah, also shall cease from being a nation, it says, before me forever. So the Most High said, if these ordinances, were to cease, and if the heavens could be, searched out and measured, then he would do away with his people, the children of Israel, from being his people. Let's continue to read. Jeremiah 31 and 37, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, if heaven can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath. And what is Esau doing by putting out his propaganda? You know, here we see it says on the screen, scientists break the world record for deepest fish ever caught and filmed. So Esau is going to try to search out, you know, the heavens with his space program, NASA, etc. You know, and also going back to Sputnik, those Edomites over in Russia doing the same thing, going back to the 1960s and searching out the depths of the ocean. Because, see, this is a challenge posed by Yahweh Shem Bashar. Let me read that again. Jeremiah 31 and 37. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, if heaven can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, which is what? In the depths of the oceans, in the sea, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Bashar. So if these things can be done, if Esau could be like the Most High, you know, if he could actually, you know, fulfill this challenge that the Most High posed, then the Most High, Yahweh Shem Bashar, said he would do away with his people, which he's trying to do that because he wants what? He wants to obtain the birthright. He wants Israel to be destroyed. That's his perpetual hatred that he has for Jacob. So this is all spiritual. Now, let's continue to show that the Most High, Yahweh Shem Bashar, poses challenges all throughout the scriptures. This is the book of Job 1 and starting at verse 6. Job 1 and 6, and it reads, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Verse 8, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, doth Job fear the Most High for naught? It's verse 10. Has not thou made an hedge above him and about his house and all that he has and all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So this was a challenge being posed by Yahweh Shem Bashar, a bet, if you will, showing you that the Most High poses challenges when you read throughout the scriptures. And now we're going to speak and go further into these challenges and how they're playing out today in the Most High, in the scriptures and in his movie, which the script that we're reading is already foretold how it will be in the last days, that the man of sin, you know, would be the end of the world. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob would be the beginning of it that followeth. So all of this is showing forth that in prophecy, Esau is playing his role. Clearly, it's known who he is for those that have eyes to see and ears and get ears to hear. Those that have the spirit, the Harakakadash. Job 1 and 12, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan, or Shaitan, went forth from the presence of the Lord Yahweh Shem Bashar. Now, why is that important? Because Esau, the man of sin, is on earth trying to be omnipotent, omniscient, omnipotent, which means all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-doing, or be like the Most High. We're going to show that the challenge the Most High posed is to the curiosity of the wicked today. As you see, he's trying to go to the depths of the sea, to the heights of heavens, you know, and through his technology and through his science, you know, he pushes that to do what? To try to win the hearts and minds of the people, you know, to believe not in Yahweh Shem Bashar, believe in the God, you know, of the Bible, but to believe in him, to believe in his technology, to believe in the power that he's shown forth and established on the earth. 2 Thessalonians 3, 2 Thessalonians 2, actually, Salakia, 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3, and it reads, let no man deceive you by any means. And what is Esau doing? He's known as the devil. He's deceiving Shaitan. He's the adversary. He's adverse to righteousness, to truth, right? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, which Israel had to go into captivity, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And the son of perdition is being revealed in these last days on the four corners of the earth. Continuing on, verse 4, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. So that's the place and position that Esau plays on the earth. He's playing the role of God, once again, through his science and his technology, right? He's deceived the world by the means of those miracles and by giving the whole world, his wine, his philosophies. So now, let's continue on. Let me get a quick precept just going into the fact that the man of sin is clearly ruling on the earth, and he believes that he is the Most High, and he wants, to solve those challenges that the Most High gave. Like in the example of Job, and in the first example in Jeremiah the 31st chapter, right? Searching out the heavens and the depths of the ocean. This is the book of Isaiah 14. And I'll start at verse 4, and it reads, it says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. And the king of Babylon is speaking of what? The ruling elite, the head families of the Edomites, the so-called royal bloodlines, right? Which are the elite. It says, Isaiah 14 and 4, and thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased, meaning Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Is ceasing for what? Having his power, is vice grip of power over the earth. That power is waning and it's falling. Isaiah 14 and 5, the Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked, which is a symbol of power. Having a staff is symbolic of power and sovereignty. So that power that he has had on the earth, that he's used to deceive the nations, now he's losing that power. The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. So having that scepter and staff is all symbolic of being in rulership. And all of that is actually leaving the man of sin fast and furious. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, which is the way he's ruled. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees, which is symbolic of the nations, rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller, and Esau is that feller or that lumberjack, right? Which has done what? Destroyed the nations. And he's literally destroyed nature, the trees. Since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. This is Esau losing power. This is the prophecy on that. Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. So that's why all the nations are coming together to come against Esau. They're ditching the dollar and they're making alliances, and a lot of them are gravitating toward nations like China and Russia, etc. It says, it hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All those nations are rising up. As the Most High said, his determination is to gather the nations. Isaiah 14 and 10. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So the nations are seeing that the Esau, with his economic system, and his rule, his hegemony, he's losing it. He's losing his power. So now the nations are realizing that, well, he ain't who he say he is. And now they found chinks in the armor, and now they're using that, and they're going to use it ultimately to destroy this place, which is those ICBMs. Isaiah 14:11, thy pomp, which is pride, is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread underneath thee, and the worms cover thee, which is symbolic of Esau's system corroding and decomposing. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, which is speaking once again of the Illuminati, the ruling elite, right? Starting here in Babylon. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, which we know that the word Lucifer goes into the illuminated ones. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, speaking of the wicked, Esau, Edom. I will ascend into heaven, and hasn't he done that? Once again, through NASA and through all the space explorations. SpaceX, this guy, Elon Musk, is putting, he pushes a lot of his, money and space exploration and research. He pushes for that through SpaceX. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, which is North America. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. See, so he has a God complex. He believes that he is, and he's like the Most High. And he's trying to be the equivalent on earth to men. And he is to those that have fallen into, and have drunken of the wine of Babylon from that golden cup. He's been a golden cup in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shem Bashah. Continuing on, Isaiah 14:15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. So the nations it says narrowly looking upon thee, right? Which now he's insignificant. It says, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. So now all the nations are coming against the man of sin. So this power dynamic that you see going on, this shift from the righteous, being on the bottom and the wicked being on top, well, it's about to change. And that's going to be through Yahweh Shai coming and putting order back to the earth by putting Israel back in its rightful place. When you read in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Another precept real quick going into the pride of this devil and how the nations are narrowly looking upon him. Obadiah 1:3, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, speaking of the Edomites, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And this is the mind frame, this is the spirit of Esau Edom today on the earth. Who is going to bring me down to the ground? He believes that his rule is never going to end. And his kingdom is going to continue on forever. But that's not so. Obadiah 1:4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which is the symbol of America, and the Edomites have used this over and over again, the symbol of the eagle, the bald eagle now, in the ancient times of Rome and Greece, the symbol was used as well. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, meaning he goes into space, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Bashah. So the Lord said, even though he goes into the heavens and make his nest among the stars, he's still going to bring Esau Edom, the man of sin, down ultimately. And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the downfall of the Edomites. It's the book of Amos 9 and verse 2. And it reads, it says, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Meaning when they go down and dig down into the depths of the earth, right? That's them digging into hell. They're making their bunkers in different parts of the earth, deep down into the earth. That's them digging into hell. Then shall my hand take them, though they climb up to heaven. That's going into space. They have a actual space retreat in the heavens. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search, it says, Salakia. Give me 1 sec. This is Amos 9 and verse 3. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottoms of the sea, and that's showing you what this video is all about. Scientists breaking the world record for deepest fish ever caught. And if Esau really wanted to catch the deepest fish, they should continue to try to go and find Leviathan. When you read in the book of Job, the 40th and 41st chapter, the Leviathan is in the depths of the ocean. That's why a lot of times they'll do all this stuff where they'll be blowing things up in the ocean. And, all through the spirit, we know that that's Esau, trying to be like the Most High, trying to search out all these things that are found in the scriptures. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And that's making reference to Leviathan once again, Job the 40th and 41st chapter. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set mine eyes upon them for evil and not for good. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is about to take the man of sin out of power. And his time is like the sand in the hourglass emoji. His time is almost up. Now let's show that further. Isaiah 34 and close it out. Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation, which is a righteous anger, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them, and that's what the Most High is going to do. He's going to utterly destroy them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. So all these nations are going to be delivered over to the slaughter because they're going to follow Esau. Isaiah 34 and verse 5. Let's go down and go to the point. Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And what's going to be that sword of the Lord? It's going to be the chariots and those missiles that's going to destroy this place. Right? It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. So the missiles and the chariots shooting concentrated fire is going to destroy, Esau's rule on the earth. That's going to be to his demise. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. And you look up Idumea is Greek for Edom, meaning the Edomites. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. So these are the people who the Lord designated once again, the man of sin, the son of perdition, the people against the Lord's curse to judgment, right? Which are the Edomites. All throughout the scriptures, the Lord said he hates the Edomites and he's going to bring judgment on them in the last days for what they did to the children of Israel. So with that, I hope that was edifying to the hopeful elect. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Barakim La Allah Yahweh Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. All praises to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, the God of heaven and earth. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations be to the hopeful elect, Habayath Madabadah, the house of David, the brothers laboring day in and day out, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure, helping seal the elect of the nation of Israel for the return of our Lord and Mashiach Yahushua is at hand, and to the Akim Wakwath, brothers and sisters that also listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Unto you I say Shalom.